heavily tipped for awards success, as Sir Kenneth Branagh's movie Belfast tells the story of a young boy coming of age against the backdrop of violence in Northern Ireland during the 1960s.
Oh, it's so
and
good.
the soundtrack as well, that song, we were just
really,
dancing away.
dancing to it as well. Well, we're joined now by 11-year-old star of the film, Jude Hill, who plays Buddy.
Hello.
Hello.
It's so lovely to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you too. Thanks.
You are a very, very talented young man, that's for sure.
Thanks.
You have a very bright future ahead of you. The film was extraordinary, and what is so lovely about it is that at its heart, this is a movie about family and how far family members will go to protect one another. So tell us a little bit about the story for anybody that doesn't know.
Well, this is a semi-autobiographical film about Sir Kenneth Branagh's childhood, growing up in the late 1960s during the Troubles. And I play Buddy, which is the younger version of Sir Kenneth Branagh. And Buddy is a very innocent boy that doesn't really know what's going on. But as the film progresses, he starts to understand the base of what's happening around him.
And, you know, just listening to you now, I can totally see why Sir Kenneth Branagh chose you as the role, because you are on it. Because the thing is, you're only 11. You wasn't there in the times of the Troubles. So how did you do your research? What did you do?
I watched a lot of YouTube documentaries and films and TV shows, and my mum and dad talked me through it all about what it was like back then, and that really helped me understand, like, and get into the head of someone from that time.
There was a lot of kids that auditioned for this role. What did you have to do?
Well, it was just initially a self-tape that you sent through, doing some lines from a previous film that Ken had done, and then you do a callback. And my callback came in 3 days after the self-tape, and I did another 5 or 6 of those. And every single callback, I did another bit of research, and by the end of them all, I'd known everything about the Troubles, and I was best mates with Ken.
Yeah, how cool to say that at 11, me and Ken.
Did he kind of help you as well, research and what to do? What sort of advice did he give to you?
Well, he gave me a lot of advice, and he told me stories from when he was younger, maybe if he was just messing about with his friends in the playground, or what he would do in the situation. But the thing that stuck out about Kenneth Branagh was he never really directed us. He wasn't like, do this, do that. He just guided us in the way, and he wanted our opinions. Like, should the camera film from here? Do you think you should do it this way or that way? And I loved that part about him.
That's so nice, isn't it, for him to be that open. Some really big names in this movie, Dame Judi Dench being just one of them. And she needed a bit of advice from you as well, didn't she?
Yes, I gave her a few tips on the accent. And saying that at my age is pretty crazy.
It is.
And I definitely asked her for a lot of tips as well.
Well, you were saying, because I was saying to you, I don't know how you remember all those lines. I'm terrible at learning lines. If it's not written down, I won't read it. Same as you, we're rubbish.
We really have you got any tips for us for learning big speeches?
I do, yes. Judi Dench taught me this one.
Go on.
So you take it sentence by sentence, and then you just repeat that, and then go on to the next one and do all that, and that really, really helped me.
So how many times do we need to repeat?
So you do the first sentence one time, learn that, and then second sentence, then do them together, and keep on going.
So you build up and build up and build up until you've got the whole thing.
And that really, really helps.
So good.
That's very good. What do your friends say? Like, when you go back to school and you're like, oh, yeah, you know that movie? I'm in that.
Well, my friends are very, very supportive, and they watch everything that I'm in, and yeah, I love my friends. And nothing's really changed with my personal life. I still have all my friends. I still do football. I still do acting. And, yeah, nothing's really changed.
They keep you nice and grounded.
Yeah, my brother and my sister definitely
Jude,
keep me
what was it
grounded.
like when you first saw yourself on a big screen in Belfast? You're the star. What was that like?
Well, I definitely nearly started a flood as soon as I saw myself.
Oh, you started crying?
I started crying. It was very emotional the first time we saw it. And it was just so beautiful, and I loved it. And then I realised that I sort of had to shut up so everyone could get on with watching the film.
And listen, I mean, God, what are you going to be like this afternoon? Because we know we're only a couple of hours away from the Oscar nominations coming out. Your name has been mentioned in this. It could make you one of the youngest Oscar nominees for God knows how many years, but it hasn't happened for a very long time.
Well, I'm still just only 11, and Oscars is a big word for me. But yeah, I'm very happy for all the success that Belfast is getting, and Kenneth Branagh put a lot of work into this film, and I wish all of the luck in the world to the
You are just
co-stars
the
of
loveliest
Belfast.
boy. Your mum's in the studio. I mean, she must be bursting with pride every second because you're just amazing. Now, we do know that you're here and it's lovely, and obviously you're here with us. But there was one guy who you really wanted to meet who sadly isn't here today, and that's Phillip Schofield, who you are a big fan of.
Yes.
Yes, you are. Well, listen, we couldn't let this moment slide. He can't be here, but he is down the line. Phil, meet Jude.
Hiya, Jude.
Hi, Philip.
I am so sorry I'm not there. I've just been watching your interview, and I absolutely loved the film. But one of the most amazing things for me watching you, and there is no surprise to me that you could be the youngest male Oscar nominee for 91 years, is what happened on your face. You have the most open, emotional face. You see every thought in your head. Is that you? Did you do that?
Well, Kenneth Branagh certainly let us put a lot of ourselves into the character, so it was definitely a mix of Buddy and me, I have to say.
And what about when you're mixing with people like Kieran Hines and Judi Dench and Catriona Balfe, that caliber of people? Did they let you just be you, or did you get a lot of instruction? Because I know that you've said that half of the performance is you and half of it is Kenneth.
Kenneth Branagh definitely did not instruct us or direct us. He just guided us in the way that he thought was right, and then for a different take, maybe he'd say, go on, do what you think your character would do, or do what you think that you would do in this scene, and that really helped.
I think you said that your favourite scene was the riot scene, which is a shock when you see it. I mean, it is a massive turning point in the film. Did you say that was one of your favourite scenes to do?
Definitely the favourite scene in the film. All of the rioters yelling and screaming, everyone. The atmosphere that day was just so crazy, but I loved it.
I thought you were amazing.
You really were. Phil, thank you very much. Hopefully we'll see you very, very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you got that clip of Judi Dench when Judi was on the show? And because she's another massive fan.
I don't know whether you would have seen this. You were probably at school, but this is what Judi Dench had to say about you.
He is outstanding and can show us all the way home. He was so fantastic at taking direction. I mean, completely like an actor who'd had 25 years worth, of experience. He was just a complete natural. And he was always full of energy and no complaints. And just enormous fun to be with.
I mean, that's pretty special, isn't it?
Jude, you are in there with the stars.
I know.
What's that like seeing her say that?
It's crazy, those words coming out of Judi Dench's mouth. But working with her was a dream come true for any actor, and I feel very lucky to have worked with her.
Well, it's been lovely to meet you. We wish you personally, but also the movie, the best of luck at the Oscars. Belfast is in cinemas right now. It's definitely worth a watch. Phil, thank you. Jude.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you
very much. So lovely to meet you.